Now, from the University of Okoboji, it's Okoboji Broadcast with Jeff Thee.
Welcome to Okoboji Broadcast, everybody. A snowy, blustery Friday here in the Iowa Great Lakes. I'm Jeff Thee, coming to you from our studios right here, historic Arnold's Park Amusement Park. And I am pleased to have with me here for the first time, my guest today is John McMahon, and he is a board member of the Lakes Regional Healthcare Foundation. John, welcome. Thanks for coming in, man.
Thanks for having me in.
On less than perfect roads today.
You know, winter was late in coming, but it's making itself known.
With a fury.
Yes,
with
absolutely.
But with 2 weeks out to winter games, we can stand a little snow and ice out there.
It looked like there's just a little bit of Westlake that still might be open a little bit, but I'm guessing if this wind dies down a little today, it won't be long before.
There.
Yeah.
We'll get there for sure.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about it. It is coming up here on the 9th of February, and it is an annual event. It is called the Grape Escape. Now, you are on the board, as I said, the Lakes Regional Healthcare Foundation. Maybe let's start out talking about what the foundation is for and why we have this fundraiser then, John.
Sure. So the Lakes Regional Foundation is the fundraising wing of Lakes Regional Healthcare. And raises funds for lots of different purposes, so there's lots of support to the hospital. You know, when there are things that the hospital would like to have that are not necessarily within the budget, various people from the hospital will come to the foundation making requests, and that's really been a lot of fun. There's been some great things, you know, an ATV for times like this. You know, you mentioned winter games coming up, and what happens if something happens on the ice, or what happens if something happens on the trails, and the conventional, you know, emergency vehicles can't always get to where someone might be. So,
exactly.
So that was a really exciting project. Just recently, there was a request for infusion chairs in the hospital, which, you know, I've been fortunate in my life. I've not really been touched by people who need dialysis and people who need chemotherapy.
But they are out there, and they're right here in our area.
But they're out there, and they're in our community.
Yes.
And so we were able to see the chairs that were currently being used and kind of what the people that work in that department wanted to have. And it was just a huge difference. And you think about these people and the struggle they're going through, and they deserve to be in a comfortable chair.
Exactly.
It serves that purpose well. So
essentially, it takes the great services and offerings that Lakes Regional Healthcare has, and has an opportunity to tweak it just a little bit, and make it a little bit better, a little more comfortable, a little more accessible, and so forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's part of what the foundation does. A big part of it is also a scholarship program.
Yes.
And that's what this event, the Grape Escape, benefits, is that scholarship program. So there are scholarships available to high school students and college students who are interested in pursuing the medical field. What's really exciting, too, is we have also just recently added another part of the scholarship program, which targets current employees at Lakes Regional Healthcare. So attracting employees, retaining employees. So, for example, in nursing right now, there's the opportunity for up to $10,000 or up to $15,000, I'm sorry, in scholarship, up to $5,000 in sign-on bonus, and also up to $10,000 in student debt forgiveness.
That is huge incentive for those in the nursing industry.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
So, you know, Jason and the staff at Lakes Regional are really committed to providing us all with the best staff possible at the hospital. And they do a great job of recruiting, but the money part of that certainly helps, and so that's where the foundation comes in, trying to help ensure that the funds are available to attract these people and then to retain them once they're here.
So that's what we'll be working on February 9th. Then.
That's what we'll be targeting, February 9th, right?
Well, let's talk about the event. As we said, it's on the 9th, and it is right here across the street at the beautiful Roof Garden.
Yep, so it's Friday night, February 9th. You know, it's exciting because, as we all know, there's not a whole lot that happens in February. We'll come off the high of winter games, and people will say, you know, what's next?
Now, what can I do?
And what's next is the Grape Escape on February 9th. So it's that night, right here at the Roof Garden, as you said, beautiful facility for an event like this. It begins at 5:30 with what we're calling Bourbon and Bubbles. So there'll be... you know, people may know Jason Harrington, the president and CEO of Lakes Regional, is a huge bourbon fan, and so that's been a part of this event for quite some time. So he lines up a lot of great bourbons for the event. So at 5:30, we'll begin passing and serving bourbon samples, and we'll also have Prosecco at that time and some great appetizers.
Yeah.
And then we'll transition into a a wonderful 3-course meal. The event's being catered by High Low Club. If people have not been to an event that is catered by High Low, the food is
a treat.
It is outstanding.
It will knock your socks off.
Yep.
It is so good, John. Yes.
And so we get the privilege being on the board of being part of the tasting for the event, and that's like a day out eating well. Just going and doing the tasting.
I like the way you work this. That's nice.
Yeah, so that's a lot of fun. The food is excellent, and so really the food itself is enough reason to come, but there's so much more to the evening. So we'll have dinner, and then we're going to transition into a live auction, again, that will benefit that scholarship program.
And anybody who has been to this in the past, a lot of times there's been silent auction items, and not doing this year, we're going to go right into the live auction.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun to be a part of this. So I joined the foundation in 2020, and I had attended this event only one time before that. We didn't have it in 21 due to COVID.
Right.
So I've attended once, I've been part of it twice, and it's been fun, even in my short time with this, to watch the event evolve and grow.
Yes.
And so we talked a lot about silent auction, and we kind of decided that was an aspect that we weren't going to include this year. But we've added some things in, and so we do have live entertainment this year, which is new. It hasn't been done at this event before. So Ryan Sathers and Dave Raleigh are going to be providing entertainment that night, which is going to be just awesome for anyone who's seen them before. It's going to make that night a lot of fun.
You bet. And I'm lucky enough, I'll be working with Mickey Harrington that night and working part of kind of as the auctioneer for the live auction. And I just want everybody to know, yesterday going over items with Mickey, and it's only a handful of items that are going to be auctioned off, but some wonderful prizes, including Hawkeye games and trips to Florida, and amongst other things, backyard barbecues. And so we want everybody to come and be ready to have a good time, but pay attention during that live auction, because it's going to be fun, it's going to be lively. Mickey has put her taste on it and her twist on it, and it's going to be a great time, and you're going to walk away with some wonderful things. And of course, all those dollars to proceeds going to the foundation and the scholarships.
So I'm glad you brought that up, Jeff. I wasn't sure if I could out you today, but we are really excited. So one of the things that we talked about is that we wanted to make the live auction part of this different and exciting. And you know, people who go to events like this, live auctions are very common, and sometimes they can get a little bit dry and a little bit boring. And you know, especially if you're one that might not be in the running to really bid on one of those events. But this is going to be fun for everybody.
Yeah.
So we've got our guest celebrity MC and auctioneer for the night. So you do not want to miss this. It's going to be fun with this guy and what he and Mickey have worked up for that night.
I think we're going to make it a lot of fun. Mickey's just put some wonderful things into this thing, and she wanted me to dress as Elvis, and I said, I have to draw the line somewhere. So I'll be in street clothes, but we're going to have a great time.
Well, if you know Mickey as well as I do, you might have trouble drawing that line somewhere.
I got a feeling.
So good luck.
Well, it's going to be a great time, and we look forward to it going on. And again, John, it is on Friday, February 9th of, I was going to say 24, but that is this year now.
It is.
And gets going at 5:30 with the Bubbles and Bourbon. Now, if people would like to attend, how do they go about doing that?
Yep, so it is a ticketed event. We did mail out invitations. So if you got one of these invitations in the mail, there is a QR code on back. You can just scan that, and that'll take you right to the site to purchase tickets. If you can't put your hands on that, that's no problem. You can give Sonia Ham a call at the hospital or email her, and she'll get you set up with tickets that way.
Oh, you know what, John? It's going to be a great event. Looking forward to it. And again, those proceeds going towards the scholarships and the incentives for nurses, both that would come into Lakes Regional and the existing ones as well. So fantastic. Going to be a great program. I certainly look forward to it. And
good.
Look forward to seeing you there as well.
You as well.
All right.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
It will be fun. John McMahon here again with us from the Lakes Regional Healthcare Foundation. We thank him for his time. Be safe this weekend, everybody. It's blowing and snowing. And just take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next week right here on
Okoboji broadcast from the studios at historic Arnold's Park Amusement Park is brought to you in part by West Wealth Management, a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services. Services, advisor Jan Spielman, AJ Spielman, and Erica Wachholz. The headquarters of the University of Okoboji is at the Three Sons, open Monday through Saturday 10 to 5 and Sunday from 10 to 4. Bank Midwest, dream big, plan wisely, live well. Lakes Regional Healthcare and Avera Partner. Beck Engineering in Spirit Lake. Be Radiant Laser Skin Studio in the Okoboji Plaza in Okoboji.